Hey, you know what SEO for e-commerce brands and companies reminds me of? It reminds me of full-on contact sports like boxing or MMA. Why? Because unlike with pay-per-click or any other type of advertising, to win at SEO, you have to be good, really good. Chance or luck plays a little role, but for the most part, if you want to win, you have to be really good. And to be really good, you have to focus on a few key fundamentals. Work out a few key things to make sure that you have the best shot at winning at SEO game. And what I mean by winning SEO game, it's winning one of the coveted positions in Google, obviously. Position number 1, number 2, or number 3 with most of your key products. Now, to do that, you really need to train like a championship fighter. You need to work not on one aspect, not on 2 aspects, not on 3 aspects. You need to work on all core things to ensure that you maximize the probability of actually winning in this SEO fight. And the reason why this SEO fight is so incredibly important for your business is that over 25, if you look at various studies, 25 to 40% of your new customers should be coming to you through organic search. 25 to 40%, this is the largest chunk of your new business that should be coming through search. This is huge because when you look at that 25 to 40% of new business coming through it and all of the sequential or consequential things that happen after that, retention, maximization of average order value, all the things that are contributing to your top line and bottom line, this is one of the most important pieces of the puzzle to grow in a substantial and highly profitable e-commerce brand. The reason why most smaller, and when I say smaller, it's $20 million or less in revenue, smaller e-commerce brands and companies do not get there is because they do SEO either haphazardly when they have the resources or they do not do it comprehensively. And here's what I mean by that. Comprehensive SEO requires focus on 6 different things that we describe below in the guide and really focus on all of the facets of those 6 different things. What most smaller companies do is they focus on 1 or 2 or 3. Now, there's nothing wrong with focusing on those key things, except that when you combine all 6 things together, you are actually becoming competitive in comparison to the bigger companies because they do all 6 things that we're talking about down below. So you really have to look at this as the grand sum of all 6 things produces much greater impact and helps you accomplish the revenue objectives than 1 or 2 or 3 things combined. So you really have to dig in and say, we are going to be focused, we're going to be dedicated to making sure that we work on all 6 fundamentals, once again described below in the guide, not 1 or 2 or 3. We're going to find the resources, commit the resources, and make sure that we're actually doing the things that we must do. Or if you do not have the internal resources to do it, you're going to get a company, an outside agency that's going to help you run all of those things. And we're going to be dedicated to making sure that we become one of the top brands by focusing on all the fundamentals. And within a relatively short period of time, which could be 6, 9, 12 months, could be longer than 12 months, but it's worth that fight. It's worth training for. Think about a championship boxer or fighter of any kind, right? They train for years and years and years, and they start winning fights. And the more they fight, the better positions that they take on, and the better positions they take on, the more they can progress toward the top. This is the same thing with SEO, right? You just have to dedicate yourself to training and practicing every single day until your punch becomes so good, your blocking becomes so good, your movements are so flawless that you can win time and time and again. And when you do, your business will grow, your business will prosper, the ownership will be happy, the employees will be happy, everyone will win. You just have to focus on the fundamentals and keep practicing until you start winning and win big. And once you do, never let the pressure up. Keep on training, keep on focusing on all the things that you must focus so that you can keep on winning.